Welcome back. We are doing a foundation review today, and it's on the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick Foundation. It looks really awesome. I've heard great reviews, and I'm excited to try it for you guys today. The Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick Foundation is ideal for combination to oily skin because it does have a natural matte finish. So right now my skin is combination, so basically majority of my skin is normal. It's neither dry or oily, but sometimes I'll get oily right here in the T-zone area, on a little bit on my forehead, around the nose, and then a little bit on my chin. So the sticks retail for $25 on the Anastasia Beverly Hills website, and that's where I purchased mine. And I don't know if they're gonna be sold at Sephora or Ulta. I haven't heard anything. And there is 28 shades available, and out of the 28 there is 3 contour shades and 1 highlight. And so today I have 3 colors I'll be testing out. One of them is my shade, the Cool Beige, for the foundation stick, and then I have Fawn for contour and Banana for highlight. I'm really excited. So obviously first I'm gonna go with my foundation, and I mentioned my shade is Cool Beige. And like on the website, it says this is super pigmented and it's buildable, which is awesome because you can sheer it out as a tinted moisturizer, or you can wear it as an all over foundation. So for this side, for my right side, I'm gonna blend it out with the Beauty Blender, and then the left side, I'm gonna blend it out with my Artis Over 7 brush. I just wanna see which applicator works best with this cream formula. So I'm just gonna apply 1 stripe. Oh, that's not bad at all. It's so creamy. And then 1 more up here. I'm gonna do 1 more like on my chin. We'll start off small first, and then I wanna see how buildable it really is. All right, so I'm just gonna go in my dampened Beauty Blender and then blend it out. All right, so it is super sheer, which is great if you wanna wear it more like an everyday basis. And you want like a really thin layer. So I'm gonna go in again and try to build it up a little bit more. And the shade is actually perfect. So far, I'm liking it. Definitely evened out my skin tone. Looks very nice. Let's move on to the other side with the brush and go with my Artis Over 7. Obviously, it's much faster to blend with the brush. It's not as much work, which I really appreciate. So now that I have the foundation on, I honestly prefer the brush side better because on the Beauty Blender side, you had to build it up a little bit more, and it took a little bit of more effort and work into blending it out because it is a cream rather than liquid. And I feel like the brush, I applied several strokes to my cheeks, my chin, and my forehead, and I blended it within 10 seconds. And also because you can't really see what's going on in my face, I'm gonna do the glass test method for you guys, comparing both sides, the Beauty Blender versus the brush side, and just see how well it blends, how even or how uneven each side does. Let's move on to the contour and highlight. So like I mentioned, I have the shade Banana, and I'm gonna just highlight underneath my eyes and a little bit on my nose and my chin and forehead. All right, so overall for the contour and highlight, I'm very impressed. I really love the shades. The Banana highlight shade is beautiful underneath my eyes, a little bit on the forehead and the chin. It was definitely easier to blend with the brush instead of the Beauty Blender. I had to put a little bit more elbow grease into blending it. But the overall result, they look very even. It's nicely blended and they're buildable, which is great. And the contour Fawn shade is beautiful on my skin tone. It's not too gray and it's not too warm. It's that perfect neutral contour, which gives you that natural definition to your face, which I really appreciate. Overall, my favorite method to blend out these sticks, foundation, and the contour and highlight shade is with a brush. I really, really like it. It's fast, it's very even, and it gives the most amount of coverage. So because this foundation is matte finish, I do want to test it out throughout the day without setting my entire face with powder, just because I want to see how long it will last, basically its durability in this hot, humid heat here in Florida. But first, I do want to set my under eye area right here just a little bit with this translucent loose powder by IT Cosmetics. They're Bye Bye Pores. I'm just applying a little bit of blush and highlight to my cheeks, but no bronzer, because I do like that really natural contour that's going on right now with the contour stick. I do want to see how well blush and highlight wear on top of this foundation if I don't set it, because it does have a beautiful natural matte finish. So my face is all done and complete, and I did forget to mention that I did not apply primer to my face. I wanted to see how well the foundation lasts on my skin without anything, like a base underneath basically. So we're gonna go on with our day. I'm gonna check in with a couple of hours to see how well this lasts. So come along with us and let's go have some fun. So we just got some dinner and it's already 6 p.m. and it's been on for several hours. What I've noticed around the mouth area especially, it's actually lifting and separating because I'm smiling, I'm talking, I haven't powdered at all, and I think it looks very nice. It's very natural finish, and I'm actually very impressed, besides this area right here, which I don't like. So it's been 2 hours since my first check-in. It's already 8 o'clock, and I quickly want to say my foundation still looks really good. I kind of touched up, I went in with my brush and touched up the chin area, kind of smoothed it out a little bit, and it looks a little bit better. Overall, my face looks very healthy, glowy right now, on the verge of sort of oily, but I don't feel like I need to touch up, powder my face or anything. It feels really nice. It feels very comfortable, and I wanted to do a glass test for you guys, and this is what we accomplished. So what I did is, on the left side, this is the Artiste brush, and the right side is the dampened beauty blender. So for each side, I wanted to do it as equal as possible. So for the foundation, I did 10 applications, basically 10 swipes on each side. And then I did, blending wise, I blended or stroked with the brush 32 times to achieve this. And I did 32 bounces for the beauty blender, but I did basically nothing. And then I went up to 100 bounces. So this is what you get at 100 bounces, and it's still very uneven. It's very sheer, and I feel like I should have done a much better job than this. And it does reflect on what was happening to my face when I did apply the foundation in the very beginning. I did have a harder time blending it with the beauty blender, both foundation, contour, and highlight. But the brush, it just went on smooth. It blended out everything evenly, and I did have a more high coverage versus the beauty blender, obviously, because it's wet. So what do you guys think of this? Do you guys like this whole thing where I show the glass test? I think it's pretty cool.
Kind of nerdy.
It's very nerdy. Mm-hmm. Thumbs up if you like nerds, or if you're a nerd yourself. You guys, we made it to the end. It is already 12:09 a.m. and I've been wearing this foundation for, I believe, 11 hours plus. And I already changed. I'm in my comfy t-shirt. This is actually a t-shirt that we got from, we had a family reunion on my mom's side on July 4th. And this says, Nasha Simya, which means our family. I know, they make the perfect pajama t-shirts. They're so comfy. So I am almost ready to go to bed. We had a really fun day. Our friends came over. We were actually going to go outside and play some volleyball, but we got rained out, and it just stopped raining recently. So they just came over our house. We had some chat. We had dinner. And they just left. I am ready to take this makeup off. Overall, I think I would give this foundation an 8 out of 10, which I think is great, especially for her first foundation ever. I think she did a great job. So the main perks I really love about this foundation is it's long wearing, even though it didn't mention anywhere on the site that it's a long wearing foundation or anything like that. For 11 hours in the Florida humid, hot air, I think it lasted up pretty well without primer or setting powder anywhere except for underneath the eyes, and I'm very happy with it so far. And it's definitely buildable, and I really like that, because if I wanted to make it sheer, I really like that, and it blends very well, and therefore it results with a nice lightweight layer. So it's not kind of, even right now, I don't feel it really heavy, which feels really good, and I feel like my skin can breathe. So there are a couple of negatives. That's why I gave it an 8 out of 10. So the first negative to me was it did some weird stuff around my mouth area, especially after I finished eating dinner, and you guys saw that. And it kind of just like started separating, and I don't like that. And I've noticed that a lot of cream products do that, especially around my chin area. And I just went back home, took a brush, and kind of stippled it in, and it blended out very nicely. That's the only thing that I find very kind of negative. And the second part is I do have a little bit of a dry patch around my nose right here, and it did cling on for its dear life, and I don't know, it just doesn't look good. So that concludes my review for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick Foundation. I hope you guys liked it. Hope I answered some of your questions and concerns. If you are thinking of purchasing this product, which it's actually really cool, it's a really great product, but I would probably wait until it comes out in stores so you can actually test it out on your hand or your face. But other than that, let me know what other stick foundations you guys like at the moment, because there seem to be coming out all at once, and what other products I should try next. But for now, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.